point today. We have a not to exceed on this call, so basically we're just going to get a diagnosis and give everything an overview. This customer realizes that they've got an old piece of equipment here and just wants to know what's wrong with it. Apparently it wasn't cooling yesterday, so let's give everything a good look and see if we can find what all's wrong with this thing, because I'm sure it's got a few things. Solid LED. That front retaining plate there is an issue. If the heat comes on, it heats up this section because there's nothing here to hold the heat back, and it'll actually trip this rollout switch. See it all the time. It'll actually run with this front panel off, and then as soon as you put the front panel back on, it warms up that section and trips that high limit. Let's see what we got in our blower here. I think they do their own maintenance. That's a little tight. Oh yeah, as you can hear, those motor bearings are about shot. That might be part of our issue. Let's check out the heat exchanger. We actually just kicked on. That blower motor didn't. I'm guessing that's where all of this water came from. I thought it might be oil, but it's just froze up because that blower's not running. I was aware power was on. I was being careful. You know, you have to be very careful in here in this blower section. The blower's not hot, so we've either got open windings or a relay not sending power. So we'll have to investigate that. Heat exchanger doesn't look great. Got some rust. These seams are the first thing that'll crack. Seams and these indentions here, which I don't see anything on the indentions, but these seams don't look great. I'll bet we've got a few soft spots in there. Just get your little screwdriver in there and kind of scrape the rust off. When they go, they'll go. You'll know they'll push right through. I don't see any spots that are too terrible, but the heat exchanger's gonna need to go. Anyways, let's see. Filter's dirty. Seen worse. Looks like they were changed in 2019. So other than our blower motor, looks like it's running. Their maintenance guy said they thought it was low on charge, as always. It's always low on charge until the blower motor doesn't run, and he said it would kick on, kick off, kick on, kick off. Well, it's probably true when the blower's not running. So let's dig into our blower relay, blower motor, and see what's going on there. So this is our blower motor relay. We are getting 27 volts. So we've got, basically with 27 volts, we're tied to main power in, normally open contact, and normally open contact. So this energizes, closes those contacts, and should put power through here to my blower motor. And we've got 480 volts. The other side of our blower motor is powered from the main power all the time. And we got 480 volts. So we got a bad blower motor. We'll ohm it out to be sure, but I've got 3 legs of power. Blower motor's got power. She dead. And it's not warm, so it's not even trying to run now. You heard the bearings. Let's go cut the power off. They've over tightened that belt enough that they've killed the bearings in this motor. Yeah. Those bearings are shot. Feel too much playing those bearings, but always look for your rub outs right here on these corners of these carriers where they run these wires. Here, if your wires sag enough, and then back there across those plates is all the typical rub out spots. So we're gonna give them an initial evaluation. They're gonna need a blower motor before I can check too much. Refrigerant circuit, not gonna be able to check without a blower motor. So we know the fan motor runs, compressor runs. We're gonna need a heat exchanger and at least a retaining plate, but the age of this unit, it's probably just gonna need to go. We got a it's a serial 3305, so I'm assuming that's an 05 unit. So it's at 05, 2015. We're about 15 years old. So we'll let them know what's going on and see what they want to do. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you like these videos. Hit that thumbs up. So we got to go ahead and place this motor. Get our set screw out of here. See if we can get this pulley off. I'm gonna loosen this set screw up. It'll lock it on there too sometimes. It's pretty rusty, but we got our gear puller shot come off of there. What the hell? I'm missing an arm on my gear puller. What the hell that's about? Well, find out where that went. So we're polishing the third gear, but that's one third working, so we're gonna just pull it off and change this blower motor out. Check her out, see what else is wrong. Hopefully we get them up and going and everything else is okay. Just trying to get through another gear. What I don't want to do is damage the blower on this pulley. Even though the pulley probably needs to be replaced too, but again, polishing the third. in here with it. I can smell the motor is burnt up pretty good. Did verify there is some refrigerant in this thing. I didn't turn it back on, but because of all the condensation on the compressor, I would assume it froze up like that on a freeze stat. So I'm assuming the compressor pumps as long as there's no more damage to it. Bolts are tight. Sometimes it's easier to take this whole plate off, but so we're going to verify our line 1, 2, and 3. Blue's line 3. Yellow's line 2. Black's going to be line 1. That way we get our rotation correct. We're wired for 460 volts, so we'll get our new motor popped in here and see what happens. You always want to be aware of your wire diagrams. These come wired for low voltage. So T1 and T7 is the line. T2 and T8. You see T1 and T7 is together. So we're wired for low voltage. We need to be wired for high voltage. So T4 and T7. T5 and T8 is going to go together, T6 and T9, and then T1, T2, and T3 is our line voltage coming in. So we're going to redo our wiring, and then we'll get this guy turned on. So we got our new motor in. We verified all of our wiring. We got it dated, and we are allowed to run, let's see here. Service factor amps is going to be 2.8 at 460 volts. So we're going to keep this guy on and verify our operation and our amp draw. Compressor came on. Rotation's correct. The belt's all out of whack. It's not as bad as it looks on video. But she really needs a new belt too. We are 1.5 amps. 1.55. So we're good on our amp draw. Watch that for a little while. We'll let her run and got Measure Quick hooked up, so we'll see what Measure Quick says. So we've been running for a few minutes here. It doesn't look great. It's not going to be perfect. This thing's 15 years old. It's seen better days, but subcooling's kind of high. I'm actually reading discharge pressure, so you know, we're really going to monitor our superheat, which 10 degrees I can deal with. We're running 20 degree temp drop, 20.6, so that's pretty good. I'm sure we have some airflow issues. The blower needs to probably be cleaned and everything else, but subcooling a little high and the superheat dropping. What we could have going on is we could be overcharged. A lot of times with these carrier units, the oil breaks down over years of the coils being dirty and start to get a waxy buildup. It'll actually plug up the fixed orifice metering device. So if that header's plugged up, a lot of people come out and say, oh, my suction pressure's low, and dump some charge into it. And they solve the problem, but don't really diagnose the actual issue of the metering device. So that might be what's going on here, if I had to guess. We're going to let it run for a few more minutes. We're just going to note everything in our paperwork, let them know what we found, and leave this one be. Hopefully they get another year out of it, and maybe we'll change this unit out next year. Just for shits and giggles here, let's see what Measure Quick says. Measure Quick agrees with me. The condenser's not dirty. I did check that, and it may be overcharged with refrigerant. It's trying to stabilize, but my pressure's going up and down on my discharge pressure. It's undoubtedly been overcharged, but it's going to run for right now. We're going to call this one good. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. See y'all on the next one.